Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go. we go. At the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here. Whether we're in New York, Atlanta, or MIA, we are going live every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is going on, CandleMafia? On the laptop today, so I am just staring directly at myself right now, which is super weird. But what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we jump into even the intro, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Nate Quantum Divergence, #1 for that super chat, and Crypto Billy dropping a massive super chat. Dude, I appreciate you guys both. You guys are absolute legends. Shout out to Nate and shout out to Billy. Thank you guys so much. You guys are insane. And I really do appreciate it. I don't just say that because you guys send super chats. I really do appreciate it. Just to see the support we got on this channel is absolutely insane. Hopefully, you guys can see me and hear me well. Just let me know in the chat. Send me a couple of bing bongs if you got a green name. Hit me with a bing bong in the chat if you guys can hear me. And while you're doing that, I will go ahead and let you guys know, don't forget, we are doing our Bing X trading competition. I believe there's only like 1 or 2 days left to join, so hit up that link in the description down below if you guys want to join the Bing X competition. Just click that link, sign up. I don't think there's a cap on participants, but definitely get in there because there is only, I think, 1 or 2 more days to register. But loud and clear, let's go. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Thank you. Oh, there's the bing bongs. Let's go. There they are. Thank you guys for letting me know. I appreciate you. Shout out to all the mods, guys. We got the best mods in the game. Again, obviously, we are here in Miami. I wish you guys could see out that window. But yeah, we are in Miami, guys. So probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. But first off, before we jump into the charts, guys, let's go ahead and say what is going on to chat. Who do we got in here? We got Bullish on Parade. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Music Tags. It says Dead Cat Bounce. We're going to be talking about that in a second, guys, as we are getting a little bit of a bounce. And if you guys saw the stream last night, or if you saw Ben's morning stream, you will know we were looking at a very, very specific level for a bounce. And I'm just going to say, the levels absolutely slap. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. I think we just shouted you out. Shout out to I'm My Hero. Shout out to your good boy in that little avatar. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Says, yeah, Darren Does Things says, hey, boss, missed 2 setups, but got the 3rd one with the squeeze. LFG. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Let's get it, bro. Darren is out there crushing it. Shout out to Bubba Franks. Says, Bubba Frank says 50-50. Oh, God, I can't even see it. 50-50 vote. Oh, interesting. Dump it. Yeah, we asked BTC to the moon or BTC to 25K. It's apparently we had Lambo candles or dump it. And more people are saying dump it, but only 51%. So they just won. The Bears won by just a little hair. But shout out to Steven Atwell says, where can I find this bing bong emoji? Well, if you go into your emojis, you should be able to scroll down. I see, Steven, you do have that green name. If you hit your emojis, you should be able to see a little Frankie Candles section where you have all the custom Frankie Candles emojis. I don't know if it's the same for you, but it is right at the top for me when I click the emoji button. But yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy, man. I appreciate the super chat again. Nate Quantum Divergence, thank you so much. Melissa Santiago says, hello, Candle Mafia. What is going on? We got Mustafa in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Shout out from Cyprus. Well, shout out to Tony. I think Tony's from Cyprus. Shout out to you, man. Bethed up in the house. Viral Tube says that wall has seen better days. Yeah, that's really funny. It does. It's like a design, but it actually looks like massive water damage. But I swear it is a design. I'm just kidding, guys. I am in it's water damage. It's leaking on me while I sleep. No, I'm just kidding. It does look destroyed though. It's really funny. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to Remington, Gary Rogers, Raymond, and last but not least, Rewire Deprogramming. Shout out to you. And we got Scuba Steve in the chat, guys. You know it's going to be a good stream with Scuba Steve and Medic Money in the chat, guys. But without further ado, I cannot unsee that wall now. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hang on. Let me minimize chat real quick. Get out of here. And yeah, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on in. Did I say it was going to be a little bit of a short stream today? Guys, smash that like button. I have to start pushing the like button more. I haven't been saying it. Just like out of the loop here. Just like not in the same frame of mind here. But yeah, smash that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get an extra spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. And we probably won't spin it tonight, but we're going to add it all up and spin them at the end of the week. And we will do the giveaways. So without further ado, smash that like button and we will go ahead and get on into the charts. Here we go. All right, so as you guys can see here, we have audio input capture number 2, showing a little bit of a bearish divergence, which is not, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But let's go ahead and jump on into the charts here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hide that TA real quick and kind of give you guys a rundown. I want to talk a little bit about what we were looking at yesterday and kind of, where we're sitting at right now. Did we see what we were looking for yesterday, and just kind of show you guys what we were looking at. So next time something like this happens, well, really nothing that big has happened, but just so you guys can catch these moves just like I do and the kitchen does in the premium Discord. But I do just kind of want to talk about some of these higher time frames. Now, yesterday, guys, you will know we were looking at the bearish case on our 16 and our 12-hour time frames, and we were kind of looking at. Let me go ahead and this is kind of the chart we were looking at, but let me go ahead and pull up a fresh chart here just so I can kind of break down what we were looking at, right? So I'm going to come up to let's come up to the daily or 16-hour. I'm going to go ahead and pull our little range here. This is obviously our main range that we are looking at, and we are currently sitting right at the lows of the range, right? So now, if you guys know, obviously, we were not getting overly bearish. I'm not really going to go over this because we've been talking about it for quite some time. But you guys know we broke below the value area high, got the move to the lows where we were going to start looking for longs. And yesterday, guys, you will remember we were talking about how when you break down and bearishly retest the value area highs, that's where your value area low comes in. Obviously, you're expecting to stop off at the POC most of the time. But you guys will know we were inverting the chart, kind of showing that we were looking for the same thing. We were looking for that deviation out of the range, which we did get right here, and then acceptance back into the range. We got that little pump up yesterday, and as we were coming down yesterday, we were looking for a retest on this value area low. Now, I do know that these levels actually might be a tiny bit different than yesterday because I don't think I pulled it all the way down there, but you can see here that, we were looking, as we were coming down, we were looking for a retest of that value area low, but we were letting, I was kind of talking about how price action likes to trick you sometimes, right? A lot of times price action will give you a quick move below the range before coming back in and getting accepted back into the range, right? And you guys will know we were looking at that key level, which was the local golden pocket from our low here all the way up to the high. That was our key level that we were looking to come down and tap before potentially getting a move back up into the range. And if we were able to get that, it may be able to get us a move back up to the top of the range, which is coming in at about $29,000. So that was basically what we were talking about yesterday. And look at this, guys. Look at this. We don't always, it doesn't always tap it this accurately, but our key level got tapped. We were talking also I want to go over this a little bit because, we were talking about how not only were we were talking about simplifying things, right? When we're looking at the volume profiles, you're looking for a move below the value area high for a short bearish retest. That's when your move to the value area low comes in, and then vice versa with the longs up to the top of the range, right? And we were talking about the golden pocket retracements being a level that price loves to come in and put higher lows on. That's why we were watching this level, was because we knew if we pulled our fib from here to here, the golden pocket was coming in at about $26,500. And if this was a low and we came up to make a high, this would be a very likely place to put in a higher low and get a move to the upside, right? So this is why we were looking for this. And you can see, obviously, we're not lying. Bitcoin loves to put in higher lows on those golden pockets, right? And if we can maintain support above this value area low, this is going to be very bullish, in my opinion, and may be able to open the door to, again, back up to the POC at about 2860, and then eventually up to our value area high at about $29,000. So it's almost exactly what we were looking for, right? And we did get some bullish confirmations, although they weren't there were a decent bit of bullish I almost said combinations, bullish confirmations at that level to get into a long position. And now that we are back inside the range, I do think as long as we hold that value area low, we could potentially continue to the upside. Now, again, you will remember our bearish case yesterday was lying. One of the things that I said I was watching very closely was, number one, the daily VWAP, as it looked like it wanted to flop, right? Which it still does look like it wants to do. We were also paying very close attention to our money flow, which is continuing to come out, guys. Am I sharing my screen? Let me just double check. Okay. Yes, we are sharing the screen. Everybody can see. Shout out to Connor Anderson. I see you right now. I'm not going to say what you said, but I do see you. Shout out to Connor Anderson. Seek and Hunt says, are we going to get a pullback here? We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about it in just a second. Shout out to Apples Up North, said I front ran it and lucked out. Let's go. But let's go ahead and go jump right back into the charts. I just trade so I can super chat Frankie. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's go. Hey, Crypto Billy. Keep trading. No, I'm just kidding, bro. But let's go ahead. All right, beautiful. And as you guys know, that money flow was coming to the downside here, and it is continuing out, right? So this is making me a little concerned still with our VWAP rolling back to the downside, right? So still keeping an eye on this. As you guys know, on the regular candles, we did get the crossover into the red, which is confirmed now. So again, another more bearish kind of signal there. And you guys will also know, on top of that daily VWAP and money flow, actually on our regular candles, VWAP is coming kind of flat there, right? But your money flow is back in the red. And kind of one of the things that we were looking at this to accompany the bearish signal of the money flow crossover on the daily was the 16 and the 12 hour time frames, right? Because we were getting the red dot on the 12-hour and the 16-hour with our money flow on the lower time frames starting to move to the downside, right? We had our money flow on our 1 hour was coming out into the red. Our 90-minute was also rolling out, as you can see, although we have come back up here a bit, obviously, as we have gotten a pump. So one thing I do want to point out here, guys, on the 12 and the 16-hour time frames, which again was our bearish case, we did get a pretty beautiful, or we are currently getting a VWAP flip where you come below that zero line and get a rip right back to the upside, printing a red dot and then an immediate green dot. And this is a bullish sign, right? Because that was our bear case, and it's kind of getting stepped on right now with our money flow coming back up. Now, this has to confirm, guys. This has to confirm. We still have 2 hours to confirm this. If we confirm that green dot, it may invalidate that bear case as we are getting that green dot to confirm. And then the 16-hour is the same deal where we're getting that VWAP flip. Our money flow is cruising back to the upside. And again, just looking from a very, very basic standpoint, what we were saying yesterday, right? What are we looking for? Just like you look for the breakdown, bearish retest, move to the other end of the range. You were looking for the breakdown, bullish retest, move to the other side of the range, right? So again, this is pretty good in my opinion, as we have found support, right? We wicked below our level, tapped our golden pocket, and we are now closing right back above inside of the value area, which again could give us a move to the top of the range. So definitely, especially because we're seeing the 16 and the 12-hour bear signals get stepped on, this could potentially be a good sign for Bitcoin. At least to get a move up to about $29,000, obviously making a stop at 28,060 first. But with that being said, I will be watching this daily time frame very, very closely because again, a money flow crossover on the daily, as well as looking at some of these higher time frames, your 2-day money flow is also coming out pretty brutally. So these are generally more of a bearish sign than a bullish sign, right? Money flow indicates the longer term trend, and I'm talking to the camera as if you guys can actually see me while I'm looking at the chart. But this money flow crossover into the red would be more of a bearish sign for sure. And then your 3-day is kind of coming out just a little bit. But a lot of with the daily, the 2-day coming out like that could potentially mark more of a downtrend incoming. That is why if we do get a pump from here, right, a bigger pump, if we continue to the upside, which I'm going to talk about in a second, if we do continue up, I will be very cautious, right? Because if we do get a move up, we know that just like this was a very likely place for Bitcoin to put in a higher low, we have to be watching this point of control, because if we go ahead and pull a fib, from the high to the low here, you can see that we do have actually you can pull it to these highs right here and you get even better confluence. This is going to be kind of the next major level that I am looking at for a big rejection, because just like we put in a higher low here on this local golden pocket, on the way up, we may be able to come up here and put in a lower high on this local golden pocket, right? So you have your high, your low, lower high, lower low. This is somewhat of a lower high, but depending on what time frame you're looking at, this will obviously change. But we could easily get some serious resistance at this point of control / golden pocket. So I am watching it very, very closely, because even if we are going to smash through it, it is likely that we will get some kind of a reaction off of it before continuing back up. So that is going to be the next big area of resistance that I am watching. Obviously, we are coming up to some local levels of resistance. If we go ahead and, you can just go ahead and pull, a local range here. Go ahead from here to here. You can see we are now deviating out of this local range, which could wind up sucking us back down into the range. However, really what I'm looking at here, guys, is, for the most part, as of right now, without really looking at the higher time frames, it is pretty good that we are above this value area high. And again, I do think that would likely, that is going to make the point of control a likely next stop for price, right? And what is this? Confirmed green dot on your 4-hour with your money flow coming back up pretty nicely. It's really now the daily, right? It is really now the daily that could be indicating, a potential rollover to the downside, with money flow continuing to come out here. And then again, that two-day money flow would also be indicating more downside. However, you'll notice that your VWAP is working its way to the upside, right? So kind of what this indicates to me, right? Because we're looking at the money flow to indicate the longer term trend, and the VWAP to indicate the ebbs and the flows in that downtrend. Now, if you look here, you can see, right? We have a high, right? And then we came down to the bottom of the range, and then we printed a green dot on the 2-day. And what did that 2-day green dot give us? It just gave us a retrace to put in a lower high, right? Let me come to a lower time frame so you guys can see a little better, right? Well, I guess I can't really do that, but right, once we printed that 2-day green dot, we basically just came up to put in a lower high, which actually I believe happened to be a local golden pocket, right? Not surprisingly. So what happened here was we came down, right? Got the move down, got the green dot on the 2-day, came up to put in the higher low. I am going to be careful with this green dot that we are likely to get on the 2-day potentially in the next 24 hours. If not, the next candle print, I would expect that green dot. But if we do print that green dot on the next candle print, I will expect this move to continue to the upside. But again, I'm going to be very careful that we are not just going to come in here and put in another lower high where you have your high, your low, your lower high, your lower low, your lower high before putting in that lower low, which again, just to kind of give you guys my next targets, which I know you guys are familiar with if you watch the stream, the next targets will likely be about, next area I would expect some decent support will be between about 25.3. Oh no. Oh no. OBS disconnected. Oh boy. Okay, hang on. Healthy correction. Okay, we're back. It said OBS disconnected. We are back up and live. Shorty short squeeze. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Crab, man. Short at Incognito says short at support. Please, for the love of God, do not short at support. As you guys know, that's why we were not getting very bearish at these lows of the range, right? Because that you would essentially be shorting at support, right? This is why we were looking for longs here, at support, trying to get this bounce to the upside. Excuse me. But shout out to anybody who tuned into the live stream last night, because I mean, we nailed this. And again, I don't say that to say, haha, look at us, we were right. I just say that because, hopefully that you guys, I'm hoping that you guys are learning from this, right? Next time we get a big move down, I want you guys to be pulling these fibs from the lows to the highs, from the highs to the lows. Expect where those higher lows and lower highs will come in at, and then look for your confirmations at these levels to get these scalp trades in. And again, if you're watching the stream last night, this is basically, almost I don't even want to say almost. This is exactly the level we were looking at. And again, it's just a perfect example of price coming in and putting those higher lows on those golden pockets. So as of right now, we do have, this VWAP is just sticking straight up on the 4-hour. This is going to be a time frame I would keep an eye on, right? Nothing goes up forever. It's very unlikely that we are going to get, obviously not impossible, as you can see from that move, very unlikely that we're just going to get a straight shot up to 29K. So we are likely going to get some cool off periods here. But if we come down to the lower time frames, you can see here we are getting some kind of consolidation here. Is it bullish consolidation? It could wind up turning into something like a bull pennant before getting our next little breakout to the upside, which, due to this very unscientific measured move, which is, not even really fully accurate, but kind of just estimating here, could give us a move up to that golden pocket, which again is going to be that next major level that I am looking for some serious resistance. So again, to break things down simply, right? We have gotten exactly what we wanted for a move to the top of the range, right? We got the same thing that we got right here that was able to get us into a beautiful short to the bottom of the range. We came up. Whoops. Let me go ahead and fix that. We came down, we deviated, we came back up, we tested that golden pocket, and we are now inside the range. So right now, the mission for Bitcoin is to hold this level, your new key level, right? We were saying, if we lost this level and then the 786, that's where you're expecting lower prices. But this was kind of the thought behind yesterday. I mean, you guys will know the thumbnail yesterday, and please, for the love of God, do not try to get your sentiment for the market based off of anybody's thumbnails. We could put something on the thumbnail and we could be referring to something incoming, in the next week or so. So just because a thumbnail looks bullish does not mean that I am necessarily bullish at that moment. It just might mean, hey guys, we're tanking right now. Here's where I think the next bounce will be. However, yesterday's thumbnail or title was big bounce incoming, right? And kind of the thought behind that was that we had an opportunity to put in that higher low that would likely get us back into the range. And now, again, the mission is to hold that value area low coming in at 26,900. And as long as we can remain above this level, I would expect the next stop for Bitcoin to be that level here at 28,000, the golden pocket between about 27,880 and the point of control coming in at about $28,060. So this is kind of what I'm expecting from Bitcoin in the near term. If you guys saw the morning stream, kind of my sentiment this morning was short-term bounce, but a potential incoming bigger dump, right? And again, part of the reason for that was the 12 and the 16 hour, which again are potentially going to invalidate the bear signals right now. So if you watched the BitBoy Crypto morning stream, this was the short-term bounce I was looking for. As we were approaching, we were saying, hey, the two major key levels I'm looking at least on that stream, was this golden pocket and this 786 Fibonacci retracement level. And, the reason I was, bullish short term was because if we were able to get that bounce off the golden pocket, I knew we would get a bounce. Not that it's like, some kind of crazy prediction. If we hold support on the golden pocket, you're likely going to get a bounce, right? So that was kind of why I was short-term bullish. But as we near these highs right here, we have to be careful of some kind of a cool-off. So, again, coming down to some of these lower time frames, you do have, dang, that money flow does look interesting on the 24-minute. But, if we do wind up getting a move down here, a major key level, again, is going to be that value area low. And if you look here, I could almost guarantee you that that value area low is going to come in with some kind of confluence of a fib level. And if it is a local golden pocket, it would be, yeah, like this is the next thing, right? This is the next major level I would look to hold. Now, there's no guarantee. I want to be very clear. There's no guarantee that we're going to make it down there again. But if we come back down there, that would be, again, a very likely place between the golden pocket and the 786 for Bitcoin to put in that higher low before, if we cool off before getting a move up to that golden pocket. I would look for bullish confirmations at this value area low / local golden pocket to potentially get into a scalp long targeting the middle of the range, right? Because anytime you are trading any of these volume profile ranges, really the basic strategy behind this would be, let me spawn the levels here. The basic strategy would be to look for longs at the low, and then first off, you're targeting the point of control. And then if you want to take partial profits and then keep a part of your position in the trade there, you can look for that second move up to your value area high where you could close your full position or take a little bit more profit and then hold a moon bag in hopes that you will break out of the range. So, my sentiment does kind of remain similar to the morning show on BitBoy Crypto, which again was short-term bullish before we got this move up, and then kind of longer-term potentially skeptical. But again, if we confirm these VWAP flips or green dots on the 12 and the 16 hour, it would kind of nudge me a little bit closer to just, looking at the point of control for our next target and then getting a move up to the highs of our range. So, it's almost every day, but it's not every day that you get to see, how well these volume profiles really play out, guys. Again, like keeping it very, very simple, all we were looking for, I think this might have been the chart we were looking at yesterday. All we were looking for was a deviation out of our range and then acceptance back in. So this is potentially bullish in my opinion. Really just looking for, I mean, God, so beautiful, so beautiful. But something else to realize here is, you could go crazy pulling fibs on every single time frame. I don't recommend doing that because you're just going to confuse yourself. Stick to your time frame that you like to trade, and understand that context is a huge part of trading, right? Like you could come down to the 1 minute and be like, oh my God, we're hitting a key level. It's a local golden pocket. But obviously, a local golden pocket on the 1 minute is not going to be as powerful as a golden pocket on the 4 hour, right? So you kind of have to take that into account. However, something you do want to realize here is if you pull another local fib here, we are tapping, our 786. We have pulled into our golden pocket and are now testing the 786. So I do think, short term, your 1 hour VWAP is coming down. I think we can cool off a little bit. And kind of my plan here is to, if we do get a cool off, is to be looking for long positions, right? Especially if those green dots on the 12 and the 16 hour confirm. So shout out to anybody in the stream last night. This is beautiful. It's not every day that you get to see these things play out almost perfectly. So yeah, and again, keeping it very simple. If you're just looking at your range, right? If you're just looking at your range and you had no other tool to use like Market Cipher or Exo charts or Coinalyze or any other tool or indicator to look at, again, you're looking for the deviation and then the pull back into the range, bullish retest, and that's where you're looking for your move up. Just like you look for your move out, your breakdown, your bearish retest, and then your move back down. So there you go, guys. If there is anything you're going to take away from this stream, please, for the love of God, go back and look at our volume profile videos on the channel. They're 100% free, on top of the plethora of free education on this channel. But please, if you're going to take anything away, guys, please take these volume profile lessons and practice them and study them. Whether you watch my content or you just want to Google volume profiles, maybe you like reading better than watching videos or whatever works for you, please go learn the volume profiles because, there's no guarantees that we're going to get that move back to the top of the range. But think about this. If we do, which again, the probabilities potentially, if those green dots confirm on the 16 and 12 hour, probability would probably be in our favor to at least come up to the POC. And then if we get to the highs of the range, think about how simple you're gonna, how annoyed you're gonna be. You're thinking back, you're like, all I had to do was look at the volume profiles. We came up, we bullishly retested. I knew that was bullish, and then boom, we got the move up, right? So you don't want to look back in hindsight and be kicking yourself, that you weren't able to take advantage of it. So when in doubt, guys, keep it simple, and that is basically what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Also just checking in on the weekly. Money flow is also still coming out here. So again, I am still somewhat skeptical, but now we have that kind of, our indicator here in this situation is going to be the value area low at 20. Let me actually come back to the other chart we were looking at, which was right here at about $26,900. As long as we can hold this level, even if we come down and test it again, that is going to be the next key level I'm watching. And then you could even pull this little local range if you come down to something like the 15-minute. You could pull some local ranges here. I would even maybe come to the 30-minute, and you can pull it. You can experiment with these ranges, but obviously we are getting up to the highs of the local range, right? So if we break that back down below here, now you have the context of this, hyper local value area. That if we break below this value area high, maybe you're expecting to move back down to the POC, and the POC is very close to the local golden pocket retracement and value area low that we're already watching, right? So if we break that down, barely retest the value area low, maybe that's where we get the move down here, which again, I will be looking for longs. It's going to be one of those situations where I know you guys are aware that I don't like trading the middle of the range, but just because of the context of where the higher low would come in, I would potentially be looking to trade that level. So yeah, shout out to anybody in the stream last night. That was again, it doesn't always play out that perfectly, and we really got that level to hit hard. Let's see. What time frame is your favorite to use the VPVR on? Your go-to one, right? I will spit this sauce before we move on to some altcoins here, guys. Let me just go ahead. I don't know why that popped up. Let me go ahead and talk about this for just 2 seconds before we start looking at the alts, right? Let me go ahead and let me pull up a fresh chart here. Let me pull up a fresh chart, and I'll just kind of break it down for you, right? I'm not going to pull up that fresh one because it's not actually fresh. I think this one is. Okay, so here we go, right? And look, this is like, I haven't looked at this chart in so long, but look, the level slap, guys, the level slap, right? And all this is, I think this is just probably the value area. Oh no, that's our key level, right? That $26,500 level, right? That was our confluence as well, because that was our old key level to hold to remain bullish, and it just happened to line up perfectly, with that local golden pocket, right? So it's just beautiful confluence there. But let me go ahead and just kind of show you guys kind of how I deal with this. I want to answer that question because I think it'll help a lot of people out, right? So I'm going to turn off my indicators. Kind of what I like to do, guys, and I'm going to probably make next week, I will be making a bunch of pre-records. Maybe I'll throw this one into the mix. But really what I like to do, guys, is I do top-down analysis, as, a lot of analysts do. Sorry, just taking a sip of the Aztec and Cactus Moss water. But the kind of what I do is called top-down analysis, guys. And really all that means is you start on the high time frames and you move your way down. So I'm going to make a video on like kind of how I've made these before, but I think I'm going to do a refresh one, like kind of my routine for doing my TA, how I set up my charts, what I do when I sit down at my desk, where do I start, just in a quick little rundown here, guys. I start on the weekly. I find some weekly levels, right? Because those are going to be very key. And then I put them all in a folder. I organize them, which I'll show you guys in the tutorial, just to keep my chart clean so we don't have a million levels all over the place. Let me go ahead and hide all this. But um, I will find the key levels on the weekly. I'll find the levels on the daily, and then basically from the daily, guys, I do look at all the time frames, but I kind of the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, and the 15-minute are kind of my magnet time frames. Those are kind of where I gravitate to. I don't know what it is. I think everybody's just got those time frames they look at, and for me, the weekly is my macro time frame. The daily is kind of my important longer term time frame. But not as strong as the weekly, obviously, and then the 4-hour, I like to, if I'm scalping, I'll look at the 4, 3, 2, and 1 hour to kind of identify the environment that I'm trading in if I'm going to be scalping something like the 15-minute, right? So again, if I was coming down here, let me pull up my indicators again. As we were coming down to this level, which again was the value area low, as we approach that level, I'm just kind of looking at the 4-hour saying, hey, what's the 4-hour looking like? Hey, we're about to print a green dot here, right? Let me use bar replay mode so we can break this down for you guys as simple as possible, right? Doesn't want to work. Okay, there we go, right? So we got our levels here. And a lot of times I will, it all depends on the market, right? Right now we're in a pretty big macro range. So again, I'll pull the, you asked me what time frame I like to look at the VPVR on. The VPVR I will look at on every time frame. I just let it live there, and I'll analyze these candles, right? And then I'll go down to the lower, go to the 1 hour, see what these, see what this volume looks like at this little range. So I kind of go back and forth with that. But just to give you guys a little bit of an idea here, going up back to the 4 hour, just kind of give you insight in how I actually look at these charts and trade them. I see that we're approaching a key level here, right? We're coming down to the value area low. And what do I see right here? This is kind of why I was looking for a bounce, right? That's why yesterday we said, is Bitcoin about to bounce? Because we're seeing here, right? VWAP is coming up on the 4 hour as we came up a little bit. We got rejected, but we're coming down to support. And obviously, we know that price may fake us out, dip below here quickly, and then wick right back up and get a move back into the range. So right here, I'm kind of on watch because we're seeing here the VWAP is kind of working its way to the upside. So I'm expecting a green dot on the 4 hour at some point, right? So let's say we're sitting here. And then, okay, we're deviating from the range, but I'm not freaking out and shorting this level because I know that there's a chance that we're going to get accepted back in, and I'm not shorting. So I'm not shorting resistance here. I would be shorting support, which is not what you want to do, right? It's like trying to do a swan dive off of a diving board onto concrete, right? You would rather I guess you'd rather be standing on a ledge. Picture this as a ledge. You'd rather be standing up here, right? I'm going to draw a little stick figure. You'd rather be standing up here and swan dive into a pool rather than just stand on the floor and then swan dive into the floor. I guess you wouldn't really want to swan dive into the floor from up there either, but you guys get what I mean, hopefully. But as I'm sitting here, right, VWAP's not coming up, so I'm sitting on my hands, right? Another candle goes by. Okay, now I got a hard turnaround on the VWAP. Now I'm thinking, hey, maybe we're going to get accepted back into this range. Let me see what the lower time frames are saying. And let me see, obviously we had this key level. So I was looking at that golden pocket. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, we got real close to that golden pocket. Let me see what the lower time frames are saying. And then I'll come down to something like the 1 hour, look for some kind of a bullish confirmation. We have a confirmed green dot, but no real entry signal, right? So we come down a little bit lower, right? Now I'm looking at the 30-minute. Now, what's going on the 30-minute? Okay, well, hey, now we potentially have a somewhat of a setup here, right? Because not only are we coming down to that key level, but you can see we're putting higher lows in on our momentum waves as the same time as we were putting the lower lows in on price. Now that potentially, if you can catch it on that green dot, this is a signal that we are probably going to get accepted back into that range. And if I kind of zoom out here and respawn the levels, there we go, right? You can see we're trying to push up above these levels again. You got that bullish divergence. You could have either entered down here in hopes of getting above, or which obviously would have wound up playing out in your favor pretty well. Or, if you miss that entry, I would not be entering a long up here. Will it work out some of the time? Sure. But are you going to get wrecked 90% of the time? Probably, right? So what I would do here, if I did not get that long position, which I did not, full transparency, I did not catch that position. Obviously, we're in Miami. I'm not sitting at my desk like I typically am. So I missed that position. But what I am doing is now waiting for price to come back down and retrace to long a higher low, right? And again, what we just talked about in the beginning of the stream, where are those higher lows likely to come in? Well, the first place that I'm naturally going to look is going to be the gold. I didn't mean to do that, but it will be that golden pocket 786 retracement, right? So maybe we cool off, come down to that golden pocket. If I can get something like this, like we saw at that other golden pocket where we put in the higher low, and we come down here and I see something like that on the lower time frame, that is where maybe I will enter a position and try to get that ride back up to the POC, in which case, again, the reason why you don't want to short, long at resistance, right? Because we are coming up to an area of resistance. We've been rejected here before, right? So you don't want to long here because you're likely going to get some kind of a movement off of it, even if you're going to continue higher. So what I am doing right now for my long, I am in some swing longs, but for another scalp long, I'm going to sit on my hands and hope for a retracement, right? Looking for that move into the golden pocket. Now, no guarantees you get down there, but what you can do to, try to, not miss another move. If you don't get a move all the way down there, you can come to some lower time frames, come to the 12-minute. Well, I could pull another fib from this low to this high, right? Where is that golden pocket? From that low to that high, right? Boom. So this would be another level maybe I would be interested in. And again, it's not just the golden pocket, it's the golden pocket and the 786, right? So, if we get a move, let me turn this blue real quick. If we get a move into this blue box, I'm going to be looking for longs, a potential long to long that higher low, even if we come down here. Now, if we lose the 786 or we don't get confirmations in this blue box and we break below it, I'm sitting on my hands, waiting to come down to the golden pocket. And if we get those, that's where I'm going to get into. If you're going to get those bullish confirmations at the golden pocket, that's where I would take the position. If you get them up here, that's where I would take the scalp position, right? So again, basically my plan here is to sit on my hands and wait for a potential setup at a higher low. And again, this golden pocket is coming in at about 26,800. $26,878. And the top of it is coming in at 26,909. So that is basically my plan right now for Bitcoin, guys, as I did not get this position. However, shout out to the premium Discord on our premium live stream on Monday. I believe, was it Monday or did we do it Tuesday? I think it was Monday. No, it was Tuesday. Was it? I don't know. We did it. I think we did it on Monday on our premium live stream. This was this move down here is exactly what we were looking for to get a tap on this level. So some of the kitchen got into that long position, but unfortunately I missed the entry. But shout out to anybody in the premium. At least you guys got the move. But guys, that is basically how I'm feeling on Bitcoin. I kind of break down the time frames for you. But yeah, for the VPVR, I just kind of use it. I just kind of let it live there as I look through the charts. But for the fixed range volume profile, I will say, depending on how price action looks, when I have a nice range on the 4 hour, I love to pull the 4 hour ranges because the levels are very, very strongly respected. So there you guys go. That is how I'm feeling about Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and check in on chat. We got 563 people in here right now, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. And if you smash the like button, guys, we may be able to get some more viewers in here because it will push our stream out to more people in front of their face. So let's try to run it up to 300 likes before we jump back into the charts. But guys, if you want to, we did not take a look really. I just took a look at a couple altcoins yesterday. Mods. If anybody wants to see their altcoin, go ahead and throw your alt requests in the chat. We're only going to take a look at a few of them, though. Rob or Tony or Tyler or Anon, which shout out to Anon. I did get your text message, bro. Crypto Anon did land in Miami, or he lands in Miami, I think, at 8. So yeah, super excited to meet up with you, dude. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Anon, dude. I am pumped. Frankie, go have fun. No fun for me. No, I'm kidding. Shout out to Melissa Santiago. Check. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Yeah, maybe we'll do like 3 or 4 of them. I'll take a quick look at them, and then we will go ahead and head out. But yeah, let's go ahead and run up the likes, guys. Oh baby, I think we can hit 300 by the time we get these alt requests in. XRP, I see the XRP logos. We will definitely go ahead and check XRP. Shout out to Kevin's Awake, says legend Spice TA every time from the Master of Candles. Crow and Algo TA, please. Hey, let's while you guys put your requests in, I'll just go ahead and take a look at Algo and XRP. So Rob, I think you're probably the one doing the alts tonight. Don't worry about Algo or XRP. We'll just do them real quick right now. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in, but don't forget, run up those likes to 300 because I'm going to check in a second, and if we don't have 300 likes, I don't know, we'll just do the alts, and then hopefully we'll hit 300 soon. But anyway, let's go ahead and check on Algorand, as guys, I will say this. Algo still on sale, guys. Algo is still on sale. Yeah, and excuse my coughs, guys. I'm almost convinced that I did have the C disease that I'm not going to say on YouTube because I have never had like a flu or anything that had a lingering cough like this one. It's like I still feel sick, man. It's miserable. I feel like that's the C disease is the only one that'll do that. But I just test negative constantly, so it's very interesting. Anyway, but yeah, taking a look at Algo here, guys, on the daily time frame. Make sure that we're not in bar replay anymore. Go ahead and turn that off. But yeah, taking a look at Algo on the daily. Green dot confirmed. VWAP looking healthy, fully erect, as I like to say. I just feel like there's no better word, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to light chat on fire. I could just already see you guys, in there, which I'm not going to check on chat for a minute now because I can't get lost in that conversation. But I mean, there's just no other way to explain that. It's like a parabolic. Yeah, it's just a parabolic VWAP. That's what they call it. But there you go. VWAP absolutely sticking straight up there. That looks healthy, but we didn't really, what was this move? From the wick to wick here, it's, 11%, not too bad. Green dot confirmed. Money flow starting to work its way back up here on the daily. But yeah, let's go ahead and dig a little deeper here. 16-hour VWAP looking to cool off. But really what I like about this, guys, is money flow is starting to trend in the right direction, right? Checking your 12-hour. Starting to work its way back up. Your 10-hour is getting up there. That looks pretty good, guys. And again, if Bitcoin is going to catch support on the bottom of this range, get a bigger move up to the value area high, again, coming in closer to about where is it? $29,000. That is likely going to give algo a decent move to the upside as well. And yeah, so yeah, money flow on your 10 hours actually looking pretty saucy. I'm not going to lie. Taking a look at your 8 hour, also money flow looking pretty good. And your VWAP flip, guys. Look at that VWAP flip. Absolutely beautiful with your money flow coming up, right? And again, guys, this is, yeah, man, this is your entry. This was your entry, right? And, obviously, you have your lower lows on your price action, right, with your higher lows on your momentum waves here, giving you that bullish divergence. Whoops, giving your whoa, hey, everybody, calm down. What's going on here? Market Cypher B, chill, chill, chill. We love you, but I don't know what that was about. That was a little aggressive. But yeah. Anyway, taking a look here, you do have your bullish divergence. You got your bullish divergence right here, and then on this candle confirmation, on the green dot confirmation right here on this candle would have been a decent entry. Not guaranteeing that you get in at the bottom here, but somewhere on this candle would have been a decent entry to get this move to the upside. And the confirmations were there, right? Not only did you have a bullish divergence, we could find out if there was a key level here, but not only did you get the bullish divergence, but look at this, guys. You had your money flow coming up at the same time. And obviously, it wasn't looking this good, but you did have a low. You had a higher low as you confirmed that green dot, and money flow was starting to curve up, right? So that would have been a decent little, at least scalp position that you could have turned into a bigger move. And looking here, right, like again, let me come down to a lower time frame. Let's come to the 2 hour here, and let me go to regular candles. If you missed, let me go actually come. Oh no, we got disconnected, guys. They're kicking us off the hotel Wi-Fi. Please reconnect, OBS. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, right? Oh God. Let's see. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back, guys. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see me and hear me. We back. Okay, good. Shout out to Paper Planes in the chat. Paper Planes, how you doing, bro? Thank you for being here. Daddy Zach in the chat as well. Armin, Creighton C, as always, good to see you. We got Jeanette says, do you have time to do TA on XYO? We could try to take a look at it. But what did I just see? Shout out to Bruce Reed. Shout out to you, Bruce Reed 99.eth. Shout out to you, man. I just wanted to make sure I got that whole name in there. But he says Francan hat arrived today. Thank you, Frank. But yeah, Francan. I like that little abbreviation for Frankie Candles. Just call me Francan. But yeah, shout out to you, man. I hope what color? Let me know what color you got in the chat. I'd like to know, guys. The hats are a hot commodity, even at BitBoy Crypto. I will say, we got the whole Bit Squad at Hit Network, the whole Hit Squad, I guess we can say, almost at 300 likes, by the way. Thank you for smashing the like button. But the whole Hit Squad, I mean, has got the Frankie Candles. We got TA, we got Tim with the hat on. He rocks it all the time. Drew rocks it all the time. We got everybody rocking the Frankie Candles hat. So shout out to you guys. It is a hot commodity. But continuing on here, man, thank you for getting that hat, by the way. I hope you enjoy it. But taking a look here, guys, let's say you missed this entry, right? You didn't see the 4-hour bull div. You're already up here with price, and you're like, man, I don't want to miss this move. How could I catch that trade? Well, what I would do here, right? What I would do here if I missed the initial move, right? And I'm coming to the chart, I'm like, no, I missed the bull div, money flow coming up. This could be a big move. I am not going to enter a trade up here, right? Because I know price is eventually going to cool off, right? So where would I expect price to kind of cool off to, right? So let's wait for a high to be made, and I will go ahead and pull my fib from the low to the high. I don't know if this is going to work, guys, by the way. This is experimental. But now we're looking for a potential higher low to come in at our local golden pocket. Let's see if we get it. Again, I don't know if we're going to get it. Well, look at that. We did, right? Now, again, you front ran the level just a tiny bit here, but I can almost guarantee you if you pull it up to, this wick, there you go. Touched it to the dollar, right? Now, again, I would always pull my fib from down here. Just sounds dirty, but it's not. I would usually pull my fib from the low here, but again, you have to understand that support and resistance, even fib levels, are not always respected to the dollar, but a lot of time price will front run your level. So a lot of times what I will do is I'll look at the low here, I'll pull my fib from this wick and be like, okay, but where are the other, if I pull it to this wick, it's a little higher. Okay, we're back on. We're back on. All right. This is scary, guys. This is scary. I don't know what's going on. Okay, algo to 2-day. What is going on here? Okay. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There we go. So again, looking there you go, right? You come down, you're looking for around this area, that golden pocket retracement level, and you're excuse me, you're coming down to your lower time frames, looking for confirmations at this support level, right? So you don't really have anything on your 1 hour. Let's check the 30-minute. Let's see. Huh? There you go, right here. Boom. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right here. Boom. Lower lows on your price. Higher lows on your momentum waves. With not only that, you also have your money flow, a new money flow crossover into the green. That is how you don't, enter at the top. You don't want to enter up here. You want to enter down here to get a better price, a better entry price. And then boom, you could have absolutely ripped on this thing for about 8%. Absolutely savage. But there you go. I like I said, again, look for golden pocket retracements. And actually, I think this is probably the level that we were looking at right here. But you had the same thing, right? The bullish divergence on the 30-minute into that level, right? So there you guys go. Just a little bit of it's not even the best example, but it still does hold weight, right? So, but let's continue on. Where is algo going from here? I just kind of wanted to spit that quick little education. But money flow crossover on the 4 hour. This does not look too bad. Green dot printing. Check those lower time frames. 12-minute in the green. Money flow coming out as we cool off a bit here. Yeah. Ooh, baby. Yeah. I mean, hey, man, we're gonna trade algo. Are we gonna trade algo right now? Let's see. I'm gonna come down to a low time frame here. We know we have the 4 hour green dot printing, right? So what are we doing? I'm looking for the 786 test. I'm looking for the 786 test right now. Now your 5-minute money flow is coming out, right? So maybe we break down, right? Maybe we break down to that 786. If we lose the 786, I'm going to pull some more fibs. Let's pull it from here to the top. That would be another area I would be interested in on algo, right? Make that a blue box. Boom, right? This would be another, yeah, this is going to be another area, right? If we find support in this box, I would be looking for longs in this box, right? If we lose that level, I'd be looking down to this box. And then last but not least, I would be looking at the fib. I'd be looking at the retracement of the entire move, right? Which does get very, very close to our second blue box here. So these are some levels that I would be looking at just based off of the fib levels that I would be looking at on algo, right? And again, right now, right, we're not in bar replay mode anymore, are we? Okay, that would have been so embarrassing. But again, I know we just got a 4 hour money flow crossover. Look how long we've been in the red here. It might be time for algo to spend some time in the green with our money flow. And because we're getting that green dot confirmed printing here, I would, I would feel pretty comfortable catching at least some kind of a scalp trade here, right? I mean, hey, education, right? Let's do it. Pull a range, come down to a lower time frame like the 5-minute, right? And what's happening? We are deviating out of our range, right? Now let's pull it back to here. Right? Yeah. So we're deviating away from our local range. If we get a bounce off the 7/8 or even a bounce off this golden pocket, we could potentially get accepted back in, but I would be very careful because of money flow, right? So, really looking for confirmations here. There is no confirmation really to get into a trade here. No divergences here. You got a little divergence on the 1 minute, but again, you want to take that with a grain of salt. It is the 1 minute. But again, I'm basically going to sit on my hands until, if I were trading this, I don't want, I might trade this if there's a nice setup, but again, we're very busy out here. I don't want you guys thinking like, I'm going to get off the stream right now and like get into a trade. That's probably not going to be the case. But if I did see a nice setup here, preferably on the 15-minute, that would be kind of, if I can get some kind of a 15-minute entry signal here, that is where I would look to potentially get into a scalp position. Again, being very, very conservative with it. But let's say, we get confirmations at the 786. I would simply just look to, target the top of the local value area high. And then if that 4 hour green dot confirms with our 15-minute money flow crossing into the green, which again, the 15-minute money flow crossover into the green here might be the signal that we're going to get a bigger move up. So the next money flow crossover, because that green dot is printing on the 4 hour, which is going to confirm in about an hour and a half, that may be that next 15-minute money flow crossover into the green. If it happens while the 4 hour green dot is printing, that may be able to give us a big move up, in which case getting in on this higher low may be the move, right? But again, you need to see confirmations. Don't just blindly get into a long position here, because again, if the money flow on the 12-minute is coming down and then the 7-minute money flow, right, is starting to come down, right? Bear with me, guys. I am not on my actual computer, so the movements are a little slow here. Money flow coming on your 7-minute, 5-minute as well. So again, you might not hold this level. You might break down to the 786 or even down here. But again, once you get those bullish confirmations, that money flow crossover on the 15-minute, money flow crossover on the 15-minute with that 4-hour green dot could give you a move up, right? So we're just looking to long higher lows. We missed the initial move. You missed this, right? It's gone. So now we're waiting for price to come down. Look to long a higher low. So there you go, guys. That is kind of the levels that I would be looking for. Not financial advice. This is not a trade signal. You should never enter trades just based off of what somebody says, but maybe hit the charts, pull these levels, and then look for your own confirmations, right? So those are the levels I'd be looking at for algo. And again, that daily VWAP is sticking straight up. And I do think potentially this 4-hour green dot could give us a little bit of a move higher. But we are approaching resistance here. Let me pull up that VPVR. Okay, that was not what I wanted. There we go. Boom, boom. So you can see we rejected the shelf of volume here almost perfectly, guys. So we are hitting a very, very high volume. So I would expect some form of cool off here. But again, if you want to pull some, I don't know why I keep saying again. I feel like it's the 40th time I said that. But again, I'm just kidding. But yeah, here you go, right? This little value area low from this area right here may be a good spot to get above, right? Because if you do, say you come down to this blue box, you find a long entry, you enter here, right? And you're just targeting in the short term, or what I would do is I would just target in the short term to get a little scalp up to the value area high for about 1 or 2%. And then if it gets a bigger move, that's great. But now I know, because of looking at that previous range that we were trading in from back here, I now know, there we go, that if we get back above this value area low, right, we get up here and flip this to support, that is where we might get a bigger move up to our high volume node right here at about 18 cents, right? And then potentially up to the value area high. Excuse me, coming in at about 18.5 cents, right? So that is basically what I would be looking for on algo. And again, I do want to stress, I would expect some kind of a cool off here, right? Not only are we coming up to resistance, look at the high volume node we're hitting. There we go, right? You flew through the gap, right? You flew right through the gap, and now you're hitting this shelf of volume, right? So you flew through the gap, and now you're banging your head on this volume. So definitely a strong level of resistance above us. And not only that, but we also do have, this 1-hour bear div. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these levels. You do have a little bit of a bear div potentially forming here with a higher high on our price action, with our lower high on our momentum waves, and money flow generally coming out here, right? So, you may cool off here, but again, even if that 1-hour bear, I mean, you could even look for shorts at this level, right? You can look for shorts. You're hitting resistance. You have the bear div. However, you might then you can make money on the way back down. And if you start to find bullish confirmations on one of those higher lows, you can go ahead and close your short and then look for a long position and catch that next leg up. So there you go. There's algo. Shout out to whoever asked for that. Let's see. Okay, shout out to Tony D. Thank you for that super chat, bro. He says, regarding the Bing X competition, trading starts Monday, but they leave registration open throughout the duration of the competition. It ends on 5/31. Okay, thank you for that, Tony. So yeah, I'll pull up that link. I'll pull up that link a little bit later. But let's go ahead and pop over to XRP. Shout out, we got 300 likes, guys. Let's go for 550. If you're in here and you're one of these 513 beautiful CandleMafia members tuned in today, make sure you smash that like button. If we get 550 likes, I will give away a free month of the premium Discord to one of our lucky CandleMafia members, where, most recently, if I can get you excited for it, you can catch moves like this. Nice little 3.4% scalp, right? With confirmations given. I would pull it up, but I don't know what is open on Discord, and I don't want to dox anybody's private messages. So, but there you go. Let's go ahead and check out XRP. Bada boom. Here we go. XRP. Actually, let's go ahead and check out XRP. Where's our XRP chart from yesterday? Let's see. Bada boom. Okay. So let's take a look here. Pulling up. Let me hide this. Bada boom. Taking a look at our daily. Daily, obviously, we got that news yesterday. Shout out to Chemistry Bro for letting us know about that. Money flow flying up on the daily. That is definitely a good sign. Green dot confirmed. Taking a look at a 16-hour. VWAP flip. Yeah, we got that VWAP flip a while ago, but it did wind up giving us that big move, right? And again, maybe that's something that we see happen with Bitcoin, right? We got the VWAP flip on the 16-hour, and it wound up, printed that green dot and wound up giving you a pretty big move up of about 9, almost 10%, right? Now, obviously there was news, mixed in with that. However, that's a VWAP flip right there on the 16-hour. Could Bitcoin follow suit potentially, right? Same thing on your 12-hour. Got the VWAP flip, money flow coming back to the upside. 10-hour VWAP coming down, right? Not impossible for this thing to chill out just a little bit, but 4-hour money flow is looking good. I'd be careful of your red dot on the 4-hour. That is likely to cool you off a little bit. But again, we are paying more attention to money flow to predict where price is going to go in the medium term, right? So again, daily money flow is fire. That is fire. That looks great. That is some of the best money flow you can have, right? 8-hour trending in the right direction with your money flow. Your 4-hour, what I like about the 4-hour here as the chart is frozen, I love, look at that round bottom. Frankie Candles loves those round bottoms, right? Just curved right to the upside. That is looking good. But again, it doesn't mean long right now. It means, wait for the next red dot. And on that next 4-hour red dot, you're likely to get a cool off. And then I would be looking for higher lows. Taking a look at our 2-hour money flow is creeping up towards that zero line. But again, your 2-hour is also looking for a red dot, right? So looking for a short-term cool off. As we have approached resistance, it wouldn't be unlikely to bing bong around a little bit here, right? Get a little bit of a cool off before continuing to the upside. But taking a look at the 1-hour, yeah, VWAP looking to come down, looking for a red dot on the 1-hour. So I would look for a short-term cool-off on XRP. But again, I would wait. Maybe that 4-hour red dot will give you a significant cool-off, right? And then, or it may just present itself in some form of bullish consolidation, right? Maybe we create a little wonky, a wonky little bull pennant here. And I will just go ahead and measure this very, very sketchily. And it could potentially bring us up to that value area low, close to about 50 cents, which I think is the level we were looking at last time or last night. And obviously, you want to watch this local range as well as, we tried to get back in the range and we got rejected where? We got rejected right off that point of control, guys. Look at that point of control. Tapped it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is that point of control? Yeah. Point of control, tapped it almost to the dollar. Boom, got your cool off. So maybe we cool off a little bit more, right? Maybe we come down to a golden pocket retracement. Maybe we come down. Let me go ahead and pull the fib here. Yep, maybe we come down to the golden pocket, test it, and then get a move up. But for us right now, the key level to break above right now for XRP to get more upside is going to be this level here at about 45 cents. You want to get a break above that, hold it as support, and that could potentially give you a move back up to your range highs at about 50 cents, or I'm sorry, 47 cents. So that is what I would look for. But yeah, XRP short-term cool off, but again, higher time frames actually looking pretty good, especially the 12, 16, and daily. Take a look at the 2-day. 2-day green dot is confirmed. Money flow cruising back to the upside. 3-day green dot is looking to print. Dang, this thing does not look bad, guys. Money flow, money flow kind of flat, but your green dot is looking to print. So I would look for a short-term cool-off before another move to the upside. And now you guys have the levels. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and pull chat back up here. Let's see. Shout out to Wick, the official unnecessary Wick 589, the official unnecessary remake. Said in Gladiator times we would have thrown Frankie any way. Yo, hold up. Wick, you're a menace, bro. You are a menace. Hold up, bro. You got me cracking up over here. Hang on. Let's pull it up. Oh, God, you're funny, bro. You are funny. He says, in Gladiator times, we would have thrown Frankie any women he wants. Of all the women, he goes after someone just because her name is Mrs. Candles. Shout out to Wick 589. Don't tell Mrs. Candles. Mrs. Candles, if you're in here, please show yourself and show the CandleMafia your elite level of surveillance over your man. But yeah, shout out to Wick, dude. You got me cracking up over here. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. LTC. Shout out to Tom Crown, who I should be maybe hanging out with. I think tomorrow night. But let's go ahead and jump on in back into the charts. 350 likes, guys. Let's go. Shout out to everybody liking the stream. Don't forget to smash it up. But let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin. Here we go. Excuse me. Let's see here. Okay. Green dot on the 3-day is printing. Not looking too bad. Let's go ahead and let me make sure you guys can see my screen. You can. Okay. Take a look at Litecoin on the 3-day. Green dot printing. Money flow kind of starting to come back up there. Not looking too bad. Checking out the weekly. Weekly VWAP is rolling back to the upside. Money flow has crossed over into the green. It is coming out, but your VWAP may be able to save the money flow there just a little bit. Taking a look at your 6-day, money flow is coming up. VWAP cruising to the upside as well. 5-day green dot, 4-day green dot, all printing. 3-day green dot printing. 2-day green dot confirmed. Yikes, this thing does look not too bad. Not too bad. However, I will say, we may be just putting in lower highs on this money flow, right? May just put in a lower high here, potentially. But same thing on your 2-day, same thing on your 3-day. I'd be careful of those lower highs on your money flow. Take a look at the daily. Get rid of this. Take a look at that. Yeah, VWAP rolling over on the daily. Money flow is looking pretty decent, but nothing goes up forever. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a range here. Let's see, lows. Let's go this. Yeah, right. So you want to realize we are approaching our highs, right? We are approaching the value area high. So may not be a horrible time to start looking for bearish confirmations for a potential scalp short on the way down as you cool off before getting a continued move up. But here you go. Man, this thing just wants to go up. 1 hour green dot is printing. 1 hour green dot is printing. I would keep an eye out for pushes right into the value area high, guys. Watch out for higher highs right into your value area high with your momentum waves potentially putting in lower highs, right? That wouldn't be the strongest divergence. Let's see if we can get anything on the 2 hour. There you go, right? Momentum is generally flowing to the downside, as you can see. Money flow, pretty thick in the green. That is a good sign, but you are very, very close. I would have liked if you tapped the value area low. I would have liked if you actually tapped the level. But, however, looking here, I would be very careful, right? I'd be careful with the longs, right? Because you're approaching resistance and you have momentum coming out as your price action continues to the upside, right? Price action continuing up. I would look for a potential tap of that value area high. However, you are starting to put in some bear divs, potentially on the 2 hour. You might be printing it on the 1 hour. There it is. It's confirmed on the 1 hour. Do have your bearish divergence. Let's see if it is a significant level of resistance, that we didn't tap. We did not tap the value area high, but do we have a local level that we are tapping potentially? Let's see. Not quite. I mean, we are kind of on our way to test that 786. Yeah, I would watch that value area high coming in at $97.24. Although you do have a confirmed bear div on the 1 hour, if we hold support here, I may look for a push up into the 786. But the divs are printing, guys. You got it on the 90-minute printing as well. Not the, might be able to cool off just a little bit. But really, I would like that short much better if we were hitting the value area high. So just be aware of that. But again, Litecoin looking pretty primed, if I'm being honest. Money flow, coming back up on your 12 hour. Coming back up on your 16 hour as well, 8 hour back in the green. But yeah, I would look for, coming up to resistance. You're getting the divergences printing. So I'd look for a potential cool off. But again, I'd be watching this point of control right here at about 88 cents for some potential support to continue to the upside. Let's pull it to the high of that candle. Boom. All right. Yeah, I would be watching that point of control. I'd be watching that point of control if we do get a bigger cool off here for Litecoin. Let's see. Yeah. This looks like a weird pump. This looks like very strange price action to me. Very interesting. But yeah, look for a short-term cool off. But other than that, guys, I will say, with the higher time frame green dots on the higher daily time frames here, not looking too bad. Printing that green dot on your 4, your 5, and almost your 6-day. Weekly VWAP coming back up. Yeah, this does not look that bad. But again, short-term cool-offs are not, uncommon. So I would be careful of that as you're approaching resistance. Other than that, Litecoin does look like it could potentially break this range. So keeping an eye on that very closely. But again, yeah, money flow still just generally coming, kind of bing bonging around here with money flow. Yeah, I would just, again, you're not getting super bullish at resistance. You're getting bearish at resistance, looking for scalps. And then if you see a good long setup on a lower high, on a higher low, then, maybe you take the scalp there. But yeah, I would look for I would watch this POC, right? I would be really just watching right here. I'd watch right here for a potential pullback. If I get long opportunity at this blue box, I'd look for a long into the value area high, take profits, maybe keep a moon bag in case we break out. Other than that, I would sit on my hands and wait for scalp short confirmations. Also, pretty overbought here on the 12-hour as well on Market Cipher. All right, let's go ahead and continue on to our next altcoin. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Shout out to Jessica in the chat. Says she's size 5. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I don't know if I want to know. Let's see. Creighton C said, I've seen her entire body, Jess. One time, Frankie put Mrs. Candles in his suitcase on stream. Oh, yeah. That was on a I forgot. I didn't realize we were live. I will say that. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Crypto Cheeks, I like that name, bro, says, Frankie, can you help us out and tell us how to determine whether or not to pull your fib from the bottom to the top or from the top to the bottom? So I will try to break that down a little bit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I will just say this very simply. If I'm looking at this chart and I am looking for shorts and I'm looking for where price may put in a lower high before continuing down to make a lower low, when I'm looking for resistance, and actually, Rob, if you have my Fibonacci video ready to go, maybe share that video. I recommend, shout out to whoever asked that question. I did not see the name. Shout out to, Crypto Cheeks. How could I forget that? But yeah, if you go check out that video, I have some Fibonacci videos where I go in great detail on, how I use the tool. However, if I was looking, as price is coming up here, if I'm looking for shorts, what I'm doing here is I'm looking to short a lower high, right? So as you can see, we know that the lower high likely comes in on a golden pocket. So when I'm looking for resistance, I pull it from a high to a low. Right. So right here, what's happening? We are testing that golden pocket, right? So we are likely either going to push into the 786 or reject from this local golden pocket and potentially retest the POC as support. And then if we were coming down, right? If we were coming down like this, I would be looking for higher lows. So I'm looking for support. I'm going from a low to a high, right? So I'm looking for resistance. I'm looking from a high to a low. And when I'm looking for support, I pull it from the low to the high. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't want to go too deep because I have videos on it. You can definitely check that video. I go way more in depth. But hopefully that kind of answers your question quickly. For resistance, you pull from the high. For support, I would pull from the low. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital. I don't even know what's going on in chat right now. She has a size 6 bracelet. Are you guys talking about Mrs. Candles? You guys are funny, man. Shout out to Slime. What is going on, bro? Crimson Caravan Company in the house. What is going on, man? Thank you for being here. Is she still in the suitcase? Guys, I got to end the stream right now. I got to go fly back to New York. Oh my God. Mrs. Candles has been in that suitcase. I got to go, guys. All right. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I would never lock Mrs. Candles in a suitcase. I let her out like a week or two after we got back from the cruise. But anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Mrs. Candles, if you're in the chat, please let them know you're safe. But let's see. I have seen a guy in shorts sitting on a sofa and laughing. Oh, God. I have no idea where chat has gone. All right. Let's go ahead and thank you, Rob, for sharing those. These accidental live after fake outs are a true mystery. Yeah, we don't know why it fakes me out, guys, and puts me back live. I don't know. It's like a preset or something I don't know. Shout out to the 492 people in here, guys. Smash that like button. I think we can get that 500. I think we can get that 500 like goal. We got almost 400. We only need like 150 more ish. So yeah, I did not bring Mrs. Candles to Miami, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Quant. Is going to be the next one. A little QNT, baby. Let's go. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and take a, let's see. Yeah, let's pop in and take a look at Quant. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry. Okay, let's continue on here and take a look at Quant popping up the daily. Definitely looking different than Litecoin. Red dot printing on Quant on the daily with money flow coming out. This does not look good. Oh God, this cough is never going to go away. 16-hour, no divergence. I mean, you had a divergence right here actually, but no local divergence. VWAP coming back to the upside. Daily looks bearish. 12-hour and 16-hour don't look actually as bad. Yeah, lower time frames don't look as bad. However, that daily does not look good, guys. Money flow generally coming out on your 2-hour. 1-hour money flow is in the red. Looking for the red dot very soon here. Pull this local range. Okay. 4-hour green dot confirmed. 30-minute. Let's see. Third, let's see. Whoops. Yeah, guys, this daily does not look good, especially because the money flow is coming out as well. Yeah, 2-day looking for the red dot. However, I mean, your 12 and your 16-hour, your 8-hour, your 10-hour. Yeah, I'll tell you this, guys. Quant is a mixed bag here. Quant is definitely a mixed bag. I'm gonna pull this. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna pull this entire little range of price action here. Yeah, I mean you're at the range lows of this like macro volume profile, right? So definitely not getting overly bearish, not getting like hyper bearish right now. However, that daily does look bad. So if that daily does wind up coming down and giving you a move to the downside, kind of what I would look for here. Yeah, did you have that? Yeah, you had a 2-day bull div. This is actually, God, this is hard, guys. I would say this short and medium term, I'd be very cautious as you are, as you are, what am I trying to say? I would be bearish in the medium to short term, right? As you are getting the red dot on the daily with money flow coming out and your 2-day red dot looking to print. I would be very careful. However, the fact that you are at this macro value area low and you do have a confirmed 2-day bullish divergence, that could potentially be marking a significant bottom here for Quant. However, I would have liked to see money flow cruising up, right? So maybe the divergence has marked the actual low, and then we kind of just bing bong around a little bit here. And, as money flow continues to roll to the upside. So again, I wouldn't be getting super bearish just because we're approaching support, but I'd let that daily red dot play out, and then for a move to the upside, I'd maybe wait for the next I'd wait for the red dot to play out on the daily as well as the 16 and 12-hour. If you get the red dot to confirm on the daily, you get a little bit of a move down. Maybe your VWAP gets rejected at your 12 and 16-hour, and then once you print the next daily green dot, this 12 or the 12 and 16-hour green dots, that's when your daily starts rolling back to the upside. In which case, you could start looking for some long positions on the lower time frame. So, yeah, definitely not getting super bearish right now just because you're on support. I would look for a deviation out of this range. Maybe take out these lows, right? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I would look for some potential long entries, down here. I would look for maybe some swing failure patterns. Come down, wick, get your candle to wick below the levels, and then close the candle above this blue box or inside this blue box. So maybe your candle comes down, wick back up, close up in here. That may be, you might get that bull div on your, maybe kind of bing bong around here, get a bull div on the 16-hour. Boom, lower lows, higher lows. That might be an opportunity to catch a long position. Guys, we're giving it all away today. That might be an opportunity to catch, somewhat of a long position back up to your point of control coming in. at about a 16% move. Maybe you put your stop loss wherever. Yeah, nice move up to about $121 for quant. But that's what that's very speculative, right? We'd have to let a lot of time play out to get that setup, but that's something I would look for. Give a little freebie out there, not a trade signal, but yeah, give a little freebie out there on quant. Excuse me. But yeah, there you guys go. That is what I'd be looking at. Those are kind of the levels I'd be watching. Key level to hold as support is going to be $104.40 is going to be the level to hold. And then let's see if we can find a where your golden pockets are. Let's see from the low to the high. There you go. Bada boom. Bada bing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd like to reclaim that. You really want to reclaim that golden pocket. If you wind up breaking down, I would look for a move down to your 786 at about $80.40, and that would be your that would be a pretty bearish case for quant, to be honest with you guys. Pretty bearish case. Let me pull up that VPVR real quick, see what the volume looks like. Yeah, that's basically what I thought. Yeah, I would if you break these lows decisively, I'd look for a pretty quick move down to that $83 area. But again, that is a little bit speculative. So yeah, I would be looking for longs at this blue box, guys. Looking for longs down here to potentially long up back to the top of the range here for a 24% move on quant. And I wish there was someone out there that would volunteer to, keep an eye on these, right? Because every time I draw something or put a setup, I never know what the context of it is, right? And a lot of times they hit, but the only way we track them is in the premium Discord. But we put a lot of setups like this on for free in the stream just to kind of speculate and kind of show what I would do if I saw certain things happen. And they do hit a lot of the time, but they're very hard to keep track of. So if anybody out there wants to volunteer and keep track of these trades and see which ones play out, which ones don't, can. Let's check out Casper, or as some people like to call it, Casper. I like to call it Casper. All right, here we go. Oh my God, will this cough ever go away, guys? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at let's not look at the KuCoin chart. Let's look at the I guess we'll just look at the Casper KuCoin chart. Take a sip of that Aztecian. Let's go. Okay, take a look at the 4-hour here. Let's see. Nice. Ooh, potential little double bottom. Yeah, no bullish divergence, but could have got a nice little double bottom here. Let me go ahead and pull our little range here. Pull in the range. Pull it to there. All right. Yep. I mean, a lot of this stuff looks very similar to Bitcoin, guys, as we are slipping the lows and just barely holding on, trying to get that support at the range lows here. So let's go ahead and take a look a little bit closer. Actually, no, let's go back to the daily. All right, let's see here. Okay, so daily got rejected at the zero line. Dang, this thing has been in the green for quite some time. Ooh, yeah, you're getting rejected at the zero line. Maybe looking for a move back up, looking to print a green dot here, probably pretty soon on your daily. I would look for that to potentially give you a move back into your range. However, that money flow does have me a little concerned. 16-hour money flow crossover into the red. You are getting a little bit of a divergence, a little bit of a bullish divergence on the 16-hour as well as the 12-hour, right? Slight. But money flow is coming out, right? So I'm not treating this bullish divergence. Number one, it's not the strongest divergence, right? Number two, money flow is absolutely fighting you, right? Money flow is absolutely coming to the downside. So, this is kind of going against you. I would much rather see, price spending a lot of time in the red and then getting a move back into the green with that bullish divergence. So again, you spent a lot of time here in the green. Money flow just crossed over on the red on the 12-hour. I would expect this bullish divergence, if it does give you a bounce, to just give you a higher low, right? So if you go ahead and pull let's pull it from the high to the low of the actual entire move. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that this bullish divergence is likely going to give you a move back up here unless Bitcoin gets a big move. That could change things, right? But I would probably be watching this area right here very, 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 very closely. right there. This level's coming in between about 0.051 cents and 0.050 cents. So I would look for a push back up, potentially watch that. I'm going to actually move this down a bit to the point of control. I'd also watch that point of control at 0.049 cents. If we do come up, that might give us a higher low. A lower high before we continue back down. And again, or not again, but if you lose this level decisively, if you lose these lows here, next likely stop is going to be 0.043 cents coming in right there to revisit kind of where you got rejected back here, and here. So that is kind of what I would look for. You definitely have the bull div, but again, because the way money flow looks, I would not be putting too much weight, and I would expect it to basically just give you a bounce to put in, some form of a lower high here before continuing back down. But again, going to be very dependent on what Bitcoin does. 4-hour green dot printing. 15-minute money flow crossing over into the green. So short term, you might come up. But again, I'd be very cautious around these resistance levels just because of the way the money flow looks in the higher time frames. 10 hours in the red. Your 2-day is coming out aggressively. So I'd be very cautious with Casper, at least as of right now. So no divergence here on your 5-hour. Well, I guess you did get somewhat of a divergence on your 5-hour. But yeah, I'd be very, very, very careful here because money flow on the higher time frames does not look good. All right. So guys, I think that is I check. Okay, shout out to Crimson. Not gonna read that out loud. Shout out to you. Let's see. Oh God. Okay. All right. Shout out to chat. Going absolutely nuts. Okay. Oh God. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think that's all the time we got. We almost hit the full stream here, guys. But I think that's all the time we got for tonight, guys. Please, for the love of God, smash that like button on your way out. Let me go ahead and pull up the camera here. Well, hey, guys, this is what Frankie Candles looks like. I feel like I haven't seen you guys all night. But, guys, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. We have 400 likes. We got 400 likes right now. If we run it up to 550, which I think is probably a pretty low chance, but if we do run it up to 550, I will give away a free month of the premium Discord to one lucky CandleMafia member. And if Tony, could you send me the Bing X link in chat if you have a chance? Yeah, shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Said, thanks, boss. We missed you. Shout out to you, man. But hit the beach for me, Frankie. Yeah, we might go hang out a little bit outside. It was raining before, but it did clear up a little bit. So I'm probably going to go grab some food. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got. But again, on Bitcoin, just be careful of that pullback or that short-term pullback. But again, we are actually right now looking like some potential bullish consolidation here on some of the lower time frames. But if we do get that break to the upside, next likely target's going to be between about $27,800 and $28,050 to attack that golden pocket / point of control. And if we get a bigger cool off, I will be looking to long a higher low, right? Looking at those golden pockets, looking to long a higher low. I did want to, I know it's probably so go out and grow our channel, Frankie. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yes, we are going to be. We got a bunch of merch with us. We are going to. We're going to be hanging out with people. Crypto Face is down here. Tom Crown is down here. We got a bunch of really really cool people. Crypto Anon. Crypto Billy, you're coming, right? But yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy and Nate. Thank you so much for the super chats. Crypto Billy, you're an absolute menace, bro. You're the absolute best, man. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Mrs. Candles is here. I told you guys. Thank God. See, I told you. When you guys were talking before, I said, don't get me in trouble. Mrs. Candles lurks. I told you guys, she is always watching with an ominous waving hand. See, this is why you got to always assume Mrs. Candles is watching. And I told you, Mrs. Candles, just let them know that you're safe. And I did let you out of the suitcase. I was joking that you were still locked in the suitcase. But is there mold on your hotel room? Dude, it's so funny, man. I can't unsee it. No, it's like a design. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's actually like water stain design. It's I don't know. It's some kind of a design. It definitely looks like the wall is falling apart though, but it is not. maybe if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna be doing some stories and stuff. I'll show you guys the hotel room and yeah, I'll show you guys how lit it is. And I'll show you the disgusting water damage. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna start dropping some stories and stuff. We're gonna kind of vlog our trip down here in Miami. Mrs. Candle says Mrs. Candles is always here. Yes, she's always watching. The only thing that could have been scarier than the hand wave was an ominous set of eye emojis. Yeah. Mrs. Candles, if you heard what they were saying before about, in gladiator times, they would all throw whatever woman I wanted at me. Just so you know, if we were in gladiator times, I would be pushing all the other other women away from me, and because I am only for you, Mrs. Candles. But yeah, I told you guys she was always watching. Guys are gonna get me in trouble. But guys, please, for the love of God, if you like this channel, if you find value here, smash that like button. We now have more likes than viewers, so hopefully we can get to 500. Yeah, Paint Digital said Frankie brought his watercolors. Guys, let me paint. Come on, let me follow my dreams. But check the link in the description down below. I will go ahead and drop it in chat as well to join that Big X trading competition, which again starts on Monday. It's going to be a blast. I'll drop it right here. There you go. That is the actual Frankie Candles. You can click that link. It's safe. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Definitely follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm real quick before I sign off. I was talking to TJ and Tony and some people from the office last night, and I'm gonna start being a little bit more active on Instagram because I want to share a little bit more of my life, right? Obviously all my socials, if you guys follow me, it's a lot of clips of the live stream, a lot of clips of the tutorials, all value stuff. And we're going to keep it that way. But on Instagram, I'm going to start mixing in more personal stuff, more lifestyle type stuff. Maybe a couple pictures of Mrs. Candle's hand. She'll do some cameos. But yeah, so go follow my Instagram. It's Frankie_Candles. Be very, very, very careful. I will never DM you. I will never ask you for money. The scammers are hardcore on Instagram, so be careful. But go follow me. I'm going to be giving you guys updates from Instagram. And guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for the third time for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place. Same time. I don't know if I'm going to be in the same place, but same time. Hopefully the watercolors will still be in the background. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing. Bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide, never.
Hey, babe. No, it was a joke. They're joking. It's not even gladiator times. How could that? You're gonna be mad about that? Mrs. Candles. Do I have to call you by your first and last name? It's gladiator times. I didn't exist back then. They're saying if it was gladiator time. Yeah, but I'm not a gladiator. They're saying if it was a hypothetical. It was hello? Babe, hello? Again, not sure how this happens. However, you guys just got me in trouble. Wick, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I knew she was watching. Shout out to Wick 589. I forget what he changed his name to today. I'll have to learn the new one. But shout out to you, bro. You got me in trouble. But I still love you. That's all I got, guys. Frankie Candles out. Bang bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide, never see me coming on my landmine, yeah I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand, if you ain't know, you about to understand, yeah I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class. class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the